Oh,
All right, Will, would you like to serenade us a little bit more?
I was gonna say, you know how they said that there's one ring to rule them all, and a lot of times people will say, "Oh, it's the ring you give your wife in marriage." This one's worse.
The suffering.
This one's worse.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
What's going on, everybody? And we have finally made it to the actual Lord of the What the Fuck.
I wanted to run the screen before I saw the vibe.
Hi, for everybody listening to us, sooner or later, our YouTube is going to start populating with episodes. But y'all need to see what just happened because it was definitely a what the F moment. Mm-hmm. But we have finally started our Lord of the Rings series. We did our 3 Hobbit episodes. Go check them out if you haven't yet. But we are now with the Fellowship of the Nerds. Is it bad that I just pictured all of us behind Rob just like that?
You know, I forgot my camera's on, so I keep switching around like this. And
by the way, if you ever want to know what
you're a dingo. Why are you biting me?
Well, because he's probably teething.
No, he's probably, actually, believe it or not, he's probably hungry because I didn't pick up his food until I came home.
Oops. Well, we're talking about the Fellowship of the Ring tonight. And on today's show, before I get into the questions that Susie put together, and I threw in 1 or 2 because I didn't think of that, was like her favorite line today. It really Mr. Frodo Swaggins, the Mr. This is Fine. It is the Mellis of Jaws.
Were you just about to call him Mrs.?
Well, yeah, because you were the pants in the relationship.
Oh! It takes a real man to pull off this much swagger.
I'm gonna have you wear a dress at our next event.
Hell yeah.
Actually, speaking of the next event, we will be somewhere as this airs, and we will be getting ready for a certain wedding of a couple friends of ours. So I know they don't listen to it, but I'm just going to throw congratulations. You know who you are. But let's go over to Haghod.
Hey, sister with the mostest.
Haghod.
That's that dwarf over. God damn it. Bed, go away.
That's Cartman's character in the Warcraft episode.
So, those are
They're
4
about
characters.
to get pounded.
Those are 4 characters from the Gandalf, and 3 characters from the Lord of the Rings, the Third Age series.
Uh-oh. Susie, what happened?
Paul messaged me, and I just realized my phone's not on silent. It is now on silent.
How dare you?
It didn't go off during the thing, but like...
Hi, I'm Rob.
Speaking of phones going off, getting a little off topic, but it's a
Will.
funny story. I've been training my brother at work, and he never heard my ringtone up until today. It is All Might.
Oh.
And the amount of laughter my brother had when he heard a phone call is here, a phone call is here. I go, you really do have yourself as your own ringtone. He goes, I'm like, yes, I do. But let me throw it over to the Susie of the co-hosts. The I don't want to call it a queen nerd because that would mean I'm king nerd, and that would be weird.
No.
The co-host with the mostos.
I'm the co-host with the mostest.
Yes, I just fried my brain. I literally felt 3 hairs fall off the top of my head because I thought so hard.
I mean, I didn't see smoke come out of your ears, so...
I have a headset on. You wouldn't.
Yeah, but your headset would blow off if smoke came out of your ears. Exactly.
So, the wonderful co-host as she's dealing with the puppy. Wondering what the hell happened to the puppy, but
the puppy is currently chewing one of his toys, which is fine. But I was trying to see if Will could go get him one of his bones so that he could chew his bone to death.
there you go. Instead of another magic card or a deck box or
Well,
my
he likes
hoodie.
His bed is actually in here. He lays in here while I do homework.
Well, that's at least he enjoys his bed. But Susie made a bunch of questions just like every week. I helped with 3 or 4, maybe 5. I stopped counting, but the amount of questions is absolutely disgusting. Because she went full nerd, like full nerd. But without further ado, let's get into the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring.
Woohoo! Rob, I am expecting your random weird fun facts while we go through this.
Fun fact.
No, while we were watching it the other day, Rob was giving us all sorts of fun facts, and I was like, "Ooh, I didn't know this before." So, fun facts up the wazoo.
You know how difficult it is to watch this movie in one sitting?
I don't find it difficult at all.
It's a 4-hour movie. I started it at a certain time. Crap, the dog needed to go out. Okay, come back. Started it again. Oh, turned it back on. All right, dog needed to go back out. Apparently, he drank too much. Then I had to go pick up Jess. That had to go pick up Jess. Had to go get stuff at the store. So I'm like, I have it open on my Roku, ready to go when I get back. I get back and I'm like, I don't have time. I need to jump on and start broadcasting. Fuck.
What he said.
And this is why we have dual monitor displays. You watch the movie on one screen while broadcasting on the other.
I have enough issues. Ooh, squirrel.
Okay, Doug.
Oh yeah, that is Doug.
That is Doug.
Do. Oh, wrong Doug. But Susie, where should we start? I'm guessing the prologue.
Yeah, the wrong Doug.
I know, that was the joke.
Okay. So the prologue. I was wondering what your initial thoughts, what your thoughts on the initial battle over the ring were. So basically, and I put bullet points here because I like to keep myself on track. How did you feel about Isildur keeping the ring?
Isildur!
This was an alliance between men and elves. Where do you think the dwarves were? Oh, I need more sleep.
So let's start from the top. What was your thoughts on the battle?
Epic. Like one word, just epic.
Okay. Will?
I think it was good.
You think it was good?
I think.
Okay.
It was very interesting. Headhod? Rob.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The CGI now is kind of dated in some places. You can't look too hard on some of the ones that are fighting on the cliffs.
Yeah.
But remember, this is like a almost 20-year-old movie?
It's a 21-year-old movie. It can drink.
Yeah. So there's some time on this movie. You have
Do you
to be
feel old,
patient with
Susie?
it.
Yes.
What happened? Did he bite you?
I took my dog's toy away, so he pinched my arm in the chair.
What a bitch. So while Susie recuperates from that last issue, this was an alliance between men and elves. Where do you think the dwarves were throughout this whole battle? Will, we'll start with you.
Not caring.
Do you think they were just in their mountain, not giving a fuck?
Pretty much.
Rob?
The dwarves were in the north in the Seven Kingdoms, one by one, which were falling, fighting the goblins.
This is why we have Rob.
Along with the Kingdom of Man in the north, the second kingdom that splintered off from the other kingdom. Basically what the Dunedain descend from.
Yeah.
and those kingdoms were pretty much dying one by one.
And all that was under Sauron, right?
Yeah,
Bad.
that was the second age, first age.
I feel like we need to say second
age.
age from now on, just like second age.
Not sure.
Susie, what are your thoughts? Where do you think the dwarves were? And
Not
I
my
swear to
fact-
God, if you say following Snow White around,
No. My statement for this one is going to be not my circus, not my monkeys.
yep, that it. Ow.
Basically, the dwarves were like, not my circus, not my monkeys. It's not affecting me, so why do I need to be a part of it?
I mean, you ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. Why don't you take over? Because you reading skills better than I.
How do you feel about Isildur keeping the ring?
It's precious. It's kind of what everybody sees it as.
Theodore, cast it into the fire.
No.
Shit.
Hold on. Where's Mikey? We need the backflip.
Dramatic backflip.
Hold on.
No.
No.
I saw that from two angles. But yeah, that's kind of where I was going with that. It seems like every person that sees that ring is literally, it's the precious, it is mine, and then gets killed for it.
Or you turn into Gollum.
Well, actually, speaking of Gollum, the ring is lost until Gollum found it, which is it was about 2,500 years. Do you think the ring is a fortune teller and that it knew it needed to leave Gollum to return to its master, or was that just a happy coincidence?
Rob, start with that because I honestly do not know.
Happy coincidence. That thing was a prisoner under Gollum, and it could not leave. Honestly, at any point while it was in that riverbed,
Mhm.
it could have ensnared a fish, and it's probably a good thing Gollum found it, because if that had happened, that ring would have found its way into the ocean, and no one would have found it.
Will, what about you? Do you think it was a happy coincidence, or it was the ring returning to its master?
More than likely, just a happy fucking coincidence.
Yeah, that's where I was gonna go with that as well. To me, there is like a little bit of a Horcrux in the ring. See what I did there? Very clever, right? But yeah, I think everything still had to play, in coincidence for everything to happen the way it looked like it was going to.
By the way, here's your first experience with what a lich is kind of like. Destroy the phylactery. Destroy the being.
Susie, what about your thoughts real fast on that? As you pet the poppy.
I do pet the puppy. Puppy has stuff on his ears. So I think it was just a happy coincidence. I think part of it was a happy coincidence, and part of it was the ring was like, "Fuck you, I'm done.
I'm out of here, boy."
I have an escape." I mean, I hate how the ring comes into Gollum's possession anyway. But
Are we gonna see that
yes,
at all? Okay.
yes. So I'm going to leave you with this while I go grab something for the dog. Thoughts on the corruption. We have just seen how Smaug was a bad influence. Is the ring worse, or is it a similar effect?
Oh, that is a good one. Will, I'll let you think about that first.
Hold on, I'm thinking.
Do I need to go cue up Jeopardy?
Yes.
Do copyright. This song is very copyrighted. Do. All right.
I thought it was interesting how it got into possession in Gollum. Why do I keep doing this?
I have no clue. Just
Susie's
look at
not there. You can press Alt A.
your.
Shut up.
And there she is.
Um,
Finish with your thought, Will, before I throw it over to Rob.
I thought it was interesting how he got the ring.
Yeah. Rob?
All right. Well, the corruption effect, to me, seeing the progression of Bilbo through the previous 3 movies and seeing him now
Mhm.
at 111, and you could see if it wasn't for Frodo being there, that house would be much more of a mess. And he became a little less, I don't want to say empathetic, because he took in Frodo after he came back.
I think empathetic is the wrong word. I think it's because my thoughts are something similar where it's I feel like he sees something in Frodo that he saw in himself when he went on that trip 60 years ago. And that's why he took Frodo in.
Because we
Hoping
never
that Frodo
get
might go
never
on
get
a
the
journey
scene.
just like that.
Yeah. But
we never get,
he really does lack a lot of empathy though. I mean, you're not wrong there.
we lack the scene of where he gets Frodo from the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the extended cut, we lack that.
I believe he's his second cousin, Bilbo's second cousin. Or
Sure.
He's a Baggins, and that's the best I know.
And
Yeah.
I think that's probably why Bilbo brought him in.
Also, another funny reason, it's because if he didn't have Frodo as his heir, the Sackville Bagginses would have got Baggins.
Oh God.
So
Those-
by leaving it to Frodo, he doesn't have the problem of having to deal with the Sackville Bagginses.
So honestly, you see what smog can put into gold and corrupt everything else. I don't know, because I haven't seen that much of Sauron yet to see if he influenced his pretty much soul, body, and thought into a ring. Maybe that would be a better question to revisit at the end of the 3 movies, if you can compare them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can do a little bit of a comparison now, but it's not as much. So I will revisit that question as we go.
Yay, we could save a question. Susie, we're finally hitting question number 2. 22 minutes in.
I like this movie. I don't know what's wrong with me. So we're at Bilbo's 111th birthday party,
He's
where
a
we
dick.
see the connection back to the Hobbit. We can see where those scenes came in.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts on how Gandalf comes in and reunites with Bilbo?
That fireworks scene reminded me of 4th of July or Memorial Day at your house.
The
But
fireworks in my house are much better.
but I like how Gandalf comes in, on the cart, and has Frodo sit with him, and we get the introduction of the 2 brothers that I can't think of their names. Rob, help me out here.
Two
Merry and
brothers.
The 2 Hobbit brothers.
Merry and Pippin aren't brothers.
Oh, they're not? Well, they look alike.
I knew who he was talking about, though. He's talking about Merry and Pippin.
Yeah. And they steal a bunch of fireworks and all that stuff. But I love that whole birthday scene because, Bilbo's all like happy, thank you for everybody being here. And then he gets on stage and was like, fuck all y'all people. Will?
Yeah.
I thought it was a heartwarming reunion.
I especially love the part where he comes in. Bilbo's like, no guests. And Gandalf's like, but what about really old friends?
And the face Bilbo makes was like, nobody can see it because who knows when this is going to hit YouTube, but I smiled in like a weird face looking cross-eyed smile. Rob, thoughts?
I loved it because this will be one of the few times we see Bilbo at all throughout the movie. And also, I think one of 2 times he interacts with anyone from the Hobbit series.
Yeah, there's not many people.
Because in the movie, he does not interact with Gloin when Gloin comes to Rivendell. Because this is very much Frodo's story. So the main character of the last movie has now become a very side character in this movie.
Yeah, you only see Bilbo a couple times.
And I love the few interactions they get are great.
Yeah.
No, it's one of my favorite things.
Shall we move on?
How do you feel about the ring and the danger that is coming for Frodo?
The issue that Bilbo had giving that up to Gandalf, holy crap. That's where I think it really started to sit in. I was like, corruption. We're going to see that a couple times in this movie, and we'll get there. Rob will start with you this time.
I loved the fight he has with Gandalf over, why should I give it up? You want to take it. And the second Gandalf snaps, I am no conjurer of cheap tricks. I am not trying to rob you. I loved that scene. Because for the first time in ever, Gandalf goes off on a friend.
Yeah. And I think once he goes off, Bilbo kind of looks at Gandalf in the eye and be like, all right, I know you're only doing what's best. And
then after all of that, Bilbo starts heading out the door and Gandalf says, it's still in your pocket.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like, after all of that, Bilbo was still reticent. And that moment where he tilts his hand and the ring drops, and it doesn't bounce.
It thuds.
It thuds because you can feel the weight of that ring had on him.
Boom.
Wait, no, how I remember it was that they did that scene was that he was like in the ring, it's up on the mantle still. So Gandalf goes over there and then Bilbo's like, oh wait, it's in my pocket.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like he didn't even realize, from how he was sounding, it like he didn't even realize himself that.
Well, because it's always been in his pocket for 60 years.
I think it was one last trick. One last trick he was unconscious of doing.
Yeah.
I did love that one last trick. I will disappear.
I also love the subtle burn he gave everyone at that party. I know less than half of you, and I like less than half of you, half as less as you deserve.
Yes.
I love that. And that's what I was getting to when we first started talking about his birthday. Oh, that was great. Need to save that for a rainy day.
Oh, something you didn't put on here, Susie. What did you think about Bilbo's thoughts on hobbits?
Oh.
I don't know.
Concerning hobbits is one of the most important things in the movie. The movies will keep calling back to concerning hobbits.
I don't know on that one. I know they really don't think of them as much, I think. I don't know. I really didn't look too deep into this movie. Will, Susie, got anything on Rob's question there?
So one of the things that you see, and this is why I had you watch The Hobbit first, because you see it in that one too. They don't, a lot of times they don't think highly of hobbits. They kind of keep to themselves. They pretty much do everything on their own. They don't really have to travel or import or export.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times people don't think very highly of hobbits. Oh, he's a hobbit, he can't do that. Oh, he's a hobbit. Like there's stereotyping there.
Yeah.
And I think as experienced as Bilbo was, he knew that, you know, they're kind of set in their ways. Hobbits don't go adventuring.
One did.
One did.
Will, what are your thoughts?
I don't
I'm
remember
sorry,
the
Susie.
whole thing that he did in his speech, unfortunately, but and the worst part is I watched it this morning.
Will, your thoughts, pal?
Oh, sorry, having a hard time hearing. I like. It was an interesting speech. We are talking about the speech, right?
Yes, certain hobbits. The what hobbits love to do, the growing, the smoking of pipe weed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought it was a nice little description on them. A little more description than what we got in The Hobbit, since we're going in like the story order.
Yeah. All right, Susie, do you want to continue with the next important question, which is question 4?
How do you feel about Saruman's alliance with Sauron?
Took me well off guard. Was not expecting that. That hit me like a ton of bricks. And I was very shocked. I knew Christopher Lee couldn't always be good.
Okay.
Wait,
That's signature look of superiority.
He's a bad guy in every movie I've ever seen him in. And all right, well, knew he couldn't be that good that long. Rob, what are your thoughts on Saruman's alliance with Sauron?
Since I had watched the Lord of the Rings trilogy first, the betrayal hit less hard, but the moment you see the tower, I'm like, that looks like the lair of a bad guy. So it's like, I saw this coming. Like, you can't be good. Your staff has spikes on its spikes.
Will,
And for those of you wondering, his tower is the Tower of Orthanc.
Will, thoughts, pal?
So being honest, I was like, who the fuck this guy? Like when I watched the first one, I watched it originally. I'm like, who the fuck this guy? And why do I give a fuck here? and then watching The Hobbit and seeing a little more of him, I'm like, oh, that's who that guy. Wow, you're a dick.
You're a douche. You're a douche canoe.
Even in The Hobbit, he was like, oh, what kind of proof do you have that this necromancer even exists?
Yeah,
I'm like, this guy's a dick.
but you could kind of see it. Like, I made a comment to ex-boyfriend. We went and saw The Hobbit and we were watching, I forget which one it was, and I was watching Saruman and I was like, oh, he starts early. This isn't just an instantaneous thing. But when the first time I watched Fellowship of the Ring, I was like, why? But why? Why would you serve a bad guy? Only to remember that I had just watched The Black Cauldron about a couple months before, and same instance happened.
Because he's a dick.
Because sometimes bad guys are scary, and you do things you don't want to do.
Or he's a dick.
Well, I mean, he is a dick.
But he not the bad guy. Sorry. I
Proud of yourself?
No, I'm actually very disappointed that I just made that joke.
Okay. Rob, did you have anything else to add?
For those of you wondering why he fell to the dark side of the Force, it's because
That was way too
it's
loud.
because Saruman's alternate title is Saruman the Ringmaker, and he was extremely envious of Sauron's ability to make the rings.
Oh.
So he essentially fell he had been envious of Sauron from the story. So since his inception, he had coveted Sauron's power.
Okay. That makes much more sense.
God, I love having Rob here.
Okay. So what do you think, Rob? I'm going to need your help with pronunciation here.
Nazgul?
What do you think of the Nazgul?
Nazgul.
Okay. So AJ, for your victory dance, you can go first.
Are those like the orc looking creatures? No.
No, actually, Susie has this one wrong. The Nazgul aren't the Black Riders, which is what she's referring to. The Riders in black. Those are the ringmates. The Nazgul are what they fly on.
Okay, because I went and looked it up and they said Nazgul in it, so I went with it. So my bad. I am talking about the wraith looking things.
Oh. No, I was actually very much freaked out by them. Not gonna lie.
As you should be.
So this is where I can input my story of I was in 6th grade when I watched this movie for the first time.
God, you're
Now, the
old.
theatrical edition, not the extended edition. I want to make that clear.
Oh,
I
wait, I
then
was wrong.
proceeded to ask, I finished the whole movie, then proceeded to ask my brother, hey, you have the whole trilogy. Can I borrow it? I'd like to read it. I got this far. This is as far as I got. Before I started having nightmares about them chasing me. So, believe it or not, I have not made it all the way through this book. Not made it all the way through this, phrases. I haven't made it all the way through the series.
Like,
I need to borrow the books from somebody so I can make it all the way through these series because now I'm an adult and I understand that they're not going to get me.
I'm looking at the trilogy right now, Susie.
They're still gonna get you, Susie.
It probably didn't help that my brother's bookmark for this book was literally it was in Elvish, it was a bookmark, and then it had the ring on the end of it.
I have
Probably didn't help me at all. But
By the
this
way,
is one of my favorite movies now, so I'm like, I need to read the book because I need to know how different it is.
But by the way, I am wrong. They are Nazgul. The things they fly on are called fell beasts.
Oh,
Oh, well. Susie, you were
I
right.
wasn't sure. I looked it up and that's what they said, so I went with it. And
Because I thought they would have had a more a name with more gravitas than just a fell beast.
yeah,
Yeah, but they're just called fell beasts. So the riders are Nazguls.
okay. I was going with what you said, Rob, because I wasn't sure.
Yes. I would have as well.
Will, how did you feel about the Nazgul while you eat your venom cup? Why are you eating your venom cup?
Is that the one I
Yeah.
got him? What
Will?
the fuck are you doing?
Now he's just doing this on purpose.
Does plastic taste good in that mouth of yours? That sounded weird.
Ceramic, you dirty slut. Stop licking me.
I'm eating your cup and answer the question.
You listen here.
I'm listening.
Listen here, you little shit.
Wow. What the fuck, AJ? Likes you. I'm just kidding.
I know this. I'm reminded of it every day.
Listen, no, shut up. I love you.
But answer.
Anyway, the Nazgul, those things are fucked. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. I'm gonna die. We're all dead. You're already dead.
That was kind of my yeah. Yeah. And did anybody else notice that they sounded a lot like Gollum when they were talking?
Yep, that's part of the ring corruption.
Oh, okay. All right. I just thought I'd ask. Now that's an ass.
That is a face. They have faces I would not sit on.
Can you go see what our dog did?
No.
Okay.
That's a sight I did not want to see. Thanks, Will. Two
I
questions.
didn't want to sit on.
Yeah, but I don't want to picture you sitting on anybody's ass or face or other parts of their body. Will, go to Susie, go to question 6, please, because I have mental.
We meet Strider, who's going to help them get to Rivendell. Frodo is stabbed. What did you think of the flight and the harrowing escape?
That's gonna leave a mark. Is that where they meet the elf, and she takes them back to Rivendell?
Mm-hmm. Arwen.
I think Strider has a hard-on for elves.
One elf.
No.
Just throwing that out there.
No.
But it's very interesting because it's like this whole fellowship just started and people are already aware of it going on, and they're like, they're coming this way. And
they're coming to take me away. They're coming to take me away.
The people in the white coats are coming for you, Susie.
They've been coming for me. They have yet to catch me.
All I hear is the Benny Hill music now. Thanks. There goes my train of thought.
I like that we saw the trolls, the stone trolls.
Yeah.
On their flight. And once more, Kingsfoil comes into play.
Dun, 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 dun.
Weed.
Well, thoughts, pal, while I currently die.
One of my favorite comments that they make on their way to Brave. Look, mushrooms.
And the explanation of the different food times to eat.
Yes. What about second breakfast?
Oh, what did he have?
Lemon tea.
What about second? Tea time?
This is literally our friend group. No, this is literally just Paul.
Hi, and I'm the resident Hobbit.
Now Paul's the Hobbit.
Paul is a
can't
Hobbit.
be a Hobbit. He's too tall.
Nah, Paul a bitch.
Dinner, supper, dessert.
30
Oh,
desserts.
you want to say hi to me now? Hello.
Next question, Susie.
Thoughts on the meeting that takes place in Rivendell when deciding what to do about the ring? What did you think about
The Council of Elrond.
the Council of Elrond, specifically who was there, and the argument that ensues?
I can't remember the argument, but I really enjoyed. They're all like, "This ring is bad. It needs to go bye-bye."
So one of the big points that they were making is who's going to carry it.
Oh, and that's where
To
Frodo
Mordor.
comes up and like, "I'll do it." And then you just see Gandalf go.
He knew. He was hoping against hope that he wouldn't do it, but he knew he was gonna do it.
It shows how much power that ring actually has. And then here comes Frodo. We were just talking about I'll do it. I don't fucking care. It was given to me anyway. Robert?
Guy absolutely does not know where the hell he's going, to the point where he has to ask Gandalf, left or right, Gandalf, left or right, left. And he's going to take a quest to Mordor. Now, to give you an idea, from Rivendell to Mordor is about the distance from, I want to say, North Dakota to the tip of Florida.
That's about accurate. I would say that's accurate.
So that's a distance that he has to go.
Walking. No. I only enjoy walking when it's from that Disney ride to that Disney ride to then that Disney ride to Crystal Palace.
My favorite is from this chair to my fridge, which is right here.
You have a fridge in your room?
I have a fridge in my room.
Gee,
I don't have anything in it right now, but I will.
just a severed head.
What do you mean, baby?
Will, your thoughts, pal?
Frodo's fucked.
Frodo doesn't know what he just signed up for.
Frodo's fucked.
Susie, outside of answering the question, asking the questions, what are your thoughts on this?
For the most part, I kind of expected the fight to come about because men, elves, dwarves, like really, they don't on a good surface get along every time.
We're manly men.
So they don't really trust each other.
We're men in tights.
I kind of figured, given that Frodo was given the ring and everything else, that he would carry the ring to Mordor.
Mordor.
But I do love his comment of, though I do not know the way. Kind of being like, somebody else has to come along because I will not make it there if nobody comes. I need at least, head start.
I need protection.
So then my follow-up question to this is, who makes up the Fellowship of the Ring?
Me.
A bunch of creatures.
So
The
we have
free
Gimli,
folk
who's a dwarf.
and the
Legolas
son of
is an
Gloin.
elf. Yes, he is the son of Gloin. Legolas, who we met in The Hobbit. Gandalf. Frodo. Merry. Pippin. Sam. Boromir. I am missing one.
Strider.
Aragorn, son of Aragorn.
And Aragorn.
How did you forget Aragorn?
Because my brain and it goes Strider, Aragorn doesn't go.
Vigo. You forgot Vigo. He is a Vigo.
The biggest thing I know about this man is the fact that he used a real sword on set, and that's the only thing I majorly know about this man in this movie.
Right.
Bilbo is there. What does he give Frodo to start his journey?
Oh, the orc sword. The one that turns blue whenever there's an orc nearby, which is very valuable.
What else does he give him?
Crack.
No.
A
No, he
package
does
of
give him
condoms.
some leaves of Toby when he was in the book.
Oh, well, I wasn't far off, I guess.
Yeah, effectively it's pot, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we got that. I don't know. What else does he give him?
The mithril vest.
Oh, yeah, that thing that, oh, yeah. Yeah, I
I think,
forgot about that.
Thorin gives him.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
By the way, how'd you like the undressing scene in that?
I remember I jumped,
how
but
Bilbo immediately recoils.
yeah, that was watching Bilbo dip back into being the Hobbit wants the ring again. I wasn't expecting it. I just want to see it once. Just once. Just
I
let
would
me
very
have
much
it.
like to hold it again. Yeah.
So it
No.
always calls. It's not just when they have it and they're
Mm-hmm.
it's always calling.
Yep.
Where do we go now? Where do we go now?
We're going to the Black Cloud.
Really?
Yeah.
You can get up there? There's always a black cloud over
down,
my
too.
head.
Oh, you're talking about the Free Band of Dudland. Okay.
Yes. I was
All right.
lazy this morning.
All
I
right,
didn't
Rob.
feel-
Because for like a minute and a half up to this point, it was just a scene of a bunch of larpers passing by rocks, and they somehow managed to look epic.
Mhm.
Or are they talking about all the elves
Like
going
seriously,
to
take out the music to this scene. Take
Okay.
out the music to this scene, and you'll just get a bunch of guys passing by rocks. That's it.
I can believe it.
I mean, I'm believing anything Rob says about this movie right now.
So what I'm referring to in this is this scene where Legolas is staring. There's a black cloud approaching, going against the breeze.
Boromir points that one out.
It's coming right for them. They have to duck for cover.
And put out all the fires.
Oh, is that
Yep.
the bats?
They're Creebane, not bats. A form of crow.
Okay, they're the crows. And what are they, snitches to Sauron or a Saruman?
Yes.
Susie, you're gonna give me Parkinson's watching you do that more. I thought it was weird that they're like shit, and they go into hiding real fast. I thought they didn't have enough time. With how fast they came in, I didn't think they had enough time to put everything out and hide.
Legolas's eyes are amazing.
Wish I had them.
What do they see with your special elf eyes? My brand! My brand!
I'm gonna go to the depths of Moria.
And then people wonder why I drink.
I loved Dwarrodel. What was AJ? What'd you see of what'd you think of Gandalf just lighting his staff and seeing the huge ass hall of the dwarves?
Is that when they start going through the cave and everything?
Yeah.
That was nuts. That was very nuts and just showed how massive it actually was.
I think my favorite part is before they actually enter the depths, where they come across the door and it speak of your friend and all may enter. Nobody thought to say friend in Elvish.
Just to say the word.
Just the word friend in Elvish.
Mellow.
It's literally one of my favorite scenes because you can see how you can overthink a situation.
Oh, I know plenty of people that do that.
By the way, the creature that was in the water is called the Watcher.
That makes sense.
And he is a boss in the game that is screenshot behind me. Lord of the Rings, the Third Age. It was a bitch the first time I fought it.
Yeah, that creature can stay there. That's all I got for that one.
In the game, it does not. It shows up like twice.
Fuck off, Rob.
No. I think it was Mary. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I watched it quick this morning.
Pippin.
Mary dropped something down a well and summoned goblins.
It was Pippin.
It was Pippin. Okay.
Because Pippin's the took, and the took always fucks up.
Scotty Pimpin.
That's one way to remember that.
And Mary's a brandy buck. And the brandy buck just fucks. That's how I remember.
The fact that you remember that at all is actually kind of awesome. I can't spell fellowship. It's actually quite disturbing.
It annoys me.
Like to the
There's a few misspellings here that annoy me.
I'm sorry. I tried. I was also trying to do it in between customers. It was not working in my favor. So knowing that Mary dropped something down, not Mary, Pippin dropped something down and summoned goblins. The fight is in the crypt. What did you think of that fight?
It was a lot of fighting and a lot of running away.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
We're referring to specifically the fight that was in the crypt, though.
Oh.
With Balin's tomb.
Yes.
Oh.
Which we get confirmation that Balin's dead.
Yes.
The dwarf was very upset about them actually. That Balin was very dead, and I was trying to figure out why. Did that have something to do with that being a dwarf as well?
Balin was his uncle, I think.
Yeah.
Uncle or cousin?
It was cousin.
Cousin.
Trying to
That, and I think Balin was one of the members of the Hobbit company. Thorin's company.
remember.
Yeah, wasn't Balin the Whitebeard?
No, I thought the Whitebeard was at Rivendell.
No, Balin was the white dwarf.
Oh yeah, he was.
So he's the one that you liked.
No.
Yeah, he's in that tomb the troll breaks open.
Okay, now I'm really sad.
Yep. So AJ, one of the key characters in the Hobbits is just sort of in a stone crypt in that room.
Well, they're kind of dead. He dead. I don't know. It's like I get how the other dwarf is kind of like mourning over it and everything, but you got bigger shit to worry about.
Well, the minute he starts hearing the drums of the deep, he gets pissed. Gimli.
Oh yeah. Oh, what's everybody else's thoughts on it?
On the fight.
I had forgotten the first time I had watched this. I had forgotten that Frodo had the mithril shirt on.
So did
Right?
I.
So when he gets stabbed by that troll, I thought that was
he
it.
died.
I guess
I
guess it's a good thing that we have plans B, C, and D.
Who would be
Sam,
D?
Merry, and Pippin?
I'm more disturbed that you put that in that order.
Oh, come on. You would give Pippin the ring first?
No, I would give Sam the ring first, but the fact that you would give Merry or Pippin the ring at all.
Hey, there's a reason they're playing C and D respectively.
He's not.
I hate the
wrong.
two of them in this movie. I love them in future movies. I hate them in this movie.
Wait, so they're not dead?
They're just carried off, but we'll get
we
there.
don't see them die. We have no idea that they're alive or dead. So we always make the assumption that they're alive.
Well, you say the same thing about Gandalf. It's just like in Star Wars. They're never dead until you see their dead body.
That motherfucker fell off of a chasm into a demon.
Well, he landed on the demon then.
Yeah, the demon made of fire and shadow will soften the blow of a 150-foot drop.
I'm sorry, DM. I need a clarification here.
Yes.
His saving roll would have to be like plus 200, right?
That would be, he would need 2 natural 20s when rolling at disadvantage.
Why are you turning around? Your camera's right in front of you.
I'm literally watching it happen on both sides.
Imposing when you're looking at your screen, Will.
Now it just looks like you're being a creep.
Because I'm just seeing fake ginger.
Oh god. Okay.
All right, Will Weasley, turn around.
Fuck you!
So continuing on to Gandalf's demise.
Don't make me suck your dick.
How did you feel about the Balrog and Balrog? I got that right, didn't I? Balrog.
Balrog of Morgoth.
Yes. And the demise of Gandalf. Because I hated that scene. The look on Frodo's face, the look on Aragorn's face. No.
I can't. I rewound it a couple times and I still could not hear what Gandalf said right before he gets pulled off that ledge.
Fly, you fools.
Fly, you fools.
Oh, fly?
Fly, you fools.
So he means run away, right?
Yes.
Yes, because in the scene just before then, he says, fly, run. As the Balrog was crossing over the wall of fire.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever he said fly, he does not mean get on the fucking eagles. Every time someone brings that up, I'm like, 2 seconds ago, he said fly and run in the same sentence.
I was very upset that, you know, we are presumed that Gandalf is dead, even though it, just like in any science fiction or any this kind of movie or whatever you want to call fantasy, they are not dead until the kill is confirmed.
I mean, the kill is confirmed.
I thought the same thing about Palpatine.
Palpatine doesn't count. Palpatine had a clone. But in this one, the kill is confirmed.
Okay. Darth Maul. He was
I gotta
split in
see him
half.
Die. Just because you haven't seen him die, I have.
I mean, I know he dies.
Well, he was cut in half. And I kind of thought he was dead after being, you know.
Cut in half twice.
What Rob said.
But
He's
yeah.
the quarter man.
God damn it. Continue. Somebody else while I try to.
Okay.
Will,
So what are
about
your...
you?
Oh yeah, Will.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the demise of Gandalf and the Balrog?
Gandalf, no. That was it.
That was it?
Yeah, I mean, just
No.
Okay.
then he died.
So we
Splat.
in our journey through the realm, we have met Thranduil's elves, Elrond's elves, and now we are meeting the elves of Lothlorien. Which, by the way, I had to go look up to make sure I spelled it correctly. And I'm
And
pretty
then
sure I
we did
spelled
not.
it.
You capitalized both L's. That is incorrect.
Rob, please don't.
One capitalized L.
I can feel Susie's.
I'm not mad. It's just, do you know how hard it is to type these while I'm trying to assist customers? I don't spell check this.
Well, I spell checked it. I'm disappointed.
That's great. The viewers aren't going to see this, so I don't care.
I mean,
I am, and it offends me.
well, Rob, you 100% are a
I'm that
are a
bitch.
millennial.
Rob, shut up.
Everything offends you.
So your thoughts on the elves of Lothlorien and the persuasive argument that Aragorn has for them to pass through?
We need to get this destroyed or we're all going to die. Well, you can camp here for the night, but then you're on your way. Is that pretty much how it went?
But get the fuck out.
Pretty much. Kind of got overruled.
Overruled.
Well,
Man, he must have had to suck some dick.
Everything starts and ends with dick sucking. You must be one happy. Never mind.
I'm moving along from this conversation.
When all you gotta do did move.
So what are your thoughts
on.
on Lady Galadriel and Sir Silaborn?
I love Galadriel. She scares the shit out of me in a couple minutes time, but I love her. Rob, we'll go with you, Mr. Ringmaster.
I love Galadriel as a character. because she is one of the first major characters to get tempted by the ring, besides Bilbo. And we see what happens when someone of significant power wants to take the ring. They will try and take the ring, and there's nothing Frodo would be able to do about it.
Yeah, oh yeah. And she very much, Galadriel, scared the living crap out of me when she went full what would you call that? Boss mode, anger mode, fuck you, cow.
I'm gonna call it boss mode.
Okay. But yeah, she turned all green and everything, and this is the part where I thought Frodo was going to die.
Nah, she likes Frodo.
Oh, well, it didn't look like it right there.
Well, do you have anything to add about Lady Galadriel and Sir Silaborn?
No.
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 Okay. What are your thoughts on Sam's speech about Gandalf and his fireworks?
Trying to remember the good part of Gandalf as he died. He always made us feel good with his fireworks. And as they're doing all like an in memoriam to Gandalf, the dwarf is just out cold snoring his head off.
And Aragorn smacks him.
And I once again, Paul, we're all being all soft, thinking of great times, and there's Paul.
And one of us smacking him to make him stop.
Usually you.
Yeah, usually me.
Because he hurts himself when he hits you.
Oh.
We don't promote violence. It's more of like a stop
It's
it.
literally, yeah, it's like a love tap. It's great. Rob, do you have anything to add about Sam's speech and about the fireworks and like?
I thought it was very heartfelt, but he wishes you can definitely feel that Sam wishes he was more eloquent.
Yes, definitely. I think we all wish we were more eloquent at times.
I very
For those
much
of you
do.
wondering a little bit of backstory on Sam.
Oh,
Sam learned how to read because of Bilbo. Because Sam was just a gardener, and his father, the gaffer, didn't see any reason why a gardener should need to read. So the reason he's as eloquent as he is because of Bilbo.
Are Frodo and Sam like best friends?
Yes.
Okay.
They're not butt buddies yet, but best friends, yes.
Sure.
What about you, Susie?
I thought it was sweet. You get the feeling that Sam wishes it was more eloquent, but I think it was perfect given the settings. Like it was definitely perfect given the settings.
Hey, I know that. I have one just like, oh, it's still at your house.
Oh my God, look, it's a switch. Hey, Will, do you have anything to add about Sam's speech?
No, actually.
Okay.
I ironically don't remember his speech that much.
I find it ironic that you keep forgetting you have your camera on.
I find it ironic that you're a bitch.
I don't. I've known that since the day I met her.
That's not ironic.
That's life.
Nah, he turned off his camera this time.
I noticed. I saw it shut
I
off on
hit
both
the
sides.
wrong button.
You see a head
Technical
twitch that I
difficulties over here, folks. So we're going to continue on to the next question. What are your thoughts about what Frodo saw in the water? Because we kind of talked about Galadriel's reaction to the ring. So
Everything can go. I think Galadriel or somebody else said it. Everything they do sits on the edge of a knife.
Galadriel.
Either way, you're gonna fall right off. And you literally saw that in the vision of all shit going to hell.
Galadriel said it.
Okay, well, I knew it was somebody. I just knew, that's I thought it looked like there was no hope whatsoever, and it pretty much showed, well, they can try. It doesn't look like it's going to work.
Well, one of the things she says though is, this is what will happen if you fail.
Rob?
Not really sure anyone wants to. What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I'm playing with my ring.
I love, and I was kind of sad to see the Shire basically burning in one of those scenes, because like in one of the games, Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle Earth 2, you could play as the evil side and you could burn down the Shire.
Why do I feel like you're the majority of the evil side?
I was not. I actually hate playing evil, but I wanted to complete the game, so I had to, kill Bilbo.
I get it. You're evil in real life, so you got to be good at.
He's still right behind you, though.
You left us.
I'm working on it.
Full broke it.
I say the same thing to my wife.
And it was like,
It's
nah,
not working.
man,
I'm working
suck
on
my
it.
dick.
Back to the penis.
Will, while you fix your computer, what did you think about Frodo's vision in the water? Nothing? You got nothing?
Oh, the Shire burning? I liked it.
Give it count, asshole.
From the book.
Yeah, fuck your cat.
Oh.
You okay, AJ?
No, I gotta mute him. It's okay. I did it.
Okay. Well, good. Okay. What does Galadriel give each of them as farewell gifts to help them on their journey? Because my favorite gift that she gives to them is I have a couple. As Frodo's necklace, may it light where no light is able to shine.
Wasn't
And,
a necklace, it was a poultice.
Huh?
It was a flask, not a necklace.
He wore it around his neck though, didn't he?
Yes, but it was a flask.
Oh. Okay.
I love the daggers.
And no, he
then
did not wear
Sam's
it around his
reaction.
neck. It was in his pocket.
Oh, I always feel like it's around his neck. I don't know why. And the other one is the three hairs.
Oh yeah. She gave me I asked for a hair. She gave me 3. But no, I like the daggers that was given to help me with the names, the 2 of them.
Merry and Pippin.
And then Sam's reaction. But thank you for the rope, but do you have any more of those daggers?
Yeah.
I love Sam. He seems like a me character. Rob, your thoughts? Which one was your favorite, and which one do you think would be most useful?
The cloaks.
Of invisibility?
The cloaks of the cloaks of Lothlorien.
Okay.
Because the guy makes a point of saying no one else has ever worn these cloaks before. You're the first. Really, in the thousands of years of your people's existence, this is the first time. God, you must be desperate. Just showing how bad of a position everyone is in that they have to do this.
That is one way to look at it. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. Will, did you have a favorite gift that Galadriel gives out?
I liked the cloaks too.
Cloaks or gloaks?
I said cloaks.
I heard
What the fuck's a cloak?
Oh shit! I snorted.
And you're
All
friends
right,
with us.
before we get to this next question, a little bit of a funny story. As they're rowing down the river in New Zealand for the for the
Oh.
shoot for this,
Told you, fun facts.
all of the hobbits aren't actually that size. It's a bit of camera trickery to make you think they're that small. The hobbits are all normal sized people, but when it comes to the wide shots, they have to use little people in order to make it seem more realistic. But from a distance, you can't tell. So as Vigo, Aragorn's character, is rowing down the river, he has a little person with him, and I think he's like a little Slovakian guy or something. But he's like swaddled up in these cloths to make it so that you can't quite see his face. And as they're rowing, he says to Vigo, Arathorn's character, Vigo, what? Don't be careful. What? Why? I cannot swim. In the middle of a river, he says, cannot swim. What do you mean you can't swim? I can't swim. If we go over, save yourself. What am I going to? So yeah, the guy he was rowing with, and those were not stable boats, by the way.
No, sir. They didn't look like it at all.
No.
No, not at all. But yeah, like I said, fun facts. I was watching this movie with Rob, and he's giving me all sorts of fun facts. So I was like, keep inserting them.
Second fun fact, Boromir's character did not want to get on the helicopter to the photo shoot, so he walked to set every day as the other guys were flying above him, waving down at him. And he says, I'm fine. I'm not going to die. Walking an hour every day.
They fly over and all you hear is Fortunate Son. I was going to say, screw you, that was funny.
So, were you expecting Boromir's betrayal? Did the movie give you any signs throughout, and what were they if they did?
Damn it, Ned Stark. What the hell's the matter with you?
I feel bad for him. Like, he always plays a character that dies.
Well, at least he doesn't have to show up for more than one movie or one season.
I mean,
Boromir, he's really, really dead. Boromir, he got fucked.
he's not dead yet, dingus.
See, what caused him to betray everybody? Is it the ring's power, or is it?
It was absolutely just the ring.
It was
It's
just
the
ring.
ring's power.
Now,
It's proximity.
Up to that point, for those of you who don't know, because they don't really explain who Boromir is, Boromir is the captain of the guard for Gondor. He leads their forces. He is essentially the general of Gondor's forces.
Mm-hmm.
And he had gone from the second largest Gondorian city that was under active siege to get to Rivendell. So when he got to Rivendell, he was coming off of a 40-day siege facing the forces of Mordor. That's why he's so desperate to get this ring. He's seen the enemy. He's seen their numbers. He's seen his men bleed for those numbers. And he's looking for any answer he can get.
Thank you, Rusty, for putting your butt right in my image.
Also, you could tell it was the ring because the second he slips and slams his head, he gets knocked out of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it was absolutely the ring. And like, I feel like there was instances where you could see that he was drawn to the ring's power, but he fought it.
See, this being the first time ever seeing it, I thought he always had the betrayal in mind. He just didn't know when he was going to do it. I know I'm probably in the very, very small minority there, but just by the way he acted upon it, it looked like he had it planned.
I don't think, like, I can see how you got there. I don't think he had it planned, though. I think it was just fortune of opportunity. Frodo was by himself. Let's go talk to him. Because you weren't supposed to be by yourself, because, you know, you're a hobbit. You have almost no training, which I'm surprised Rob didn't pitch in with his other fun fact that I learned the other night.
What was it? I forgot.
6 months.
Oh yes. Do not underestimate the amount of time skips that are happening throughout this movie. When Frodo was healing, he was there for 2 months. The distance they traveled from Rivendell to the edge of the river was about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
I also have another time skip that I just learned that might be, I think it's in the book. Between when Bilbo gives Frodo the ring and when Gandalf comes back to throw the ring into the fire is 17 years. I don't know how accurate that is, but I was just reading about that.
Yeah, the
Well,
time
I was looking
skip,
up something else.
yeah, Gandalf had traveled to Gondor to look up the ring facts, and then from Gondor all the way up to Rohan and Orthanc to talk to Saruman, and from there he was in the tower for years. So that round trip from the Shire to Gondor to Isengard was 17 years, and from Isengard to Rivendell. The Middle Earth is freaking massive.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. That was a fun fact I just learned. Like I said,
Frodo's about 57 when he leaves the Shire.
Mm-hmm.
I know he looks young, but hobbits age slowly.
Wish I had that.
Did you expect Aragorn's reaction to the ring when Frodo asked what he would do with it?
Can you put it in context? Because I'm trying to remember.
So Aragorn approaches Frodo and Frodo holds the ring out. Kind of like, you know, don't you want it? What are you going to do with it? And you see Aragorn being tempted by the ring, but instead of taking it, he closes Frodo's hand on it.
Oh, yeah. While they're getting ready for battle, and he tells Frodo to then run.
Well, they weren't really getting ready for battle. He saw the sword glow blue and then told him to run. But were you expecting Aragorn's reaction? Because I know, like, one of Aragorn's concerns, knowing that he's the heir to the throne, is that he will be exactly like his grandfather.
I think it
His,
showed.
Isildur is not his grandfather.
But I think it shows how wise he is, number one, and then number two, on top of that, he gave an oath to protect Frodo, and that he's living by that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Rob, what is he?
His many times ancestor. Because there was a whole shit ton of individuals between Isildur and Aragorn. Arathorn was his father, and then there's like a few people back, and then there's Elendil. And then another few people back, and there's Isildur. Yeah,
okay. Using the term grandfather still worked, though. Just, many greats in front of it. Can't really ask you if you were expecting Aragorn's reaction to the ring, because you've read the books and watched the movies multiple times. So we're gonna skip you. Will, what were you expecting Aragorn's reaction?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Aragorn's a good boy.
Aragorn's a good boy.
Aragorn
apparently,
can do no wrong.
apparently Aragorn deserves treats. Because that's
Aragorn is a good boy and deserves all the hugs.
okay.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. So what are your thoughts about the fight with the orcs? And I just put a couple of points there, just in case anybody needed a like jog of memory.
I think Ned Stark got the point.
Shot in the dark.
Got the
but I don't
point
think he
multiple
meant to do
times. Literally got the point multiple times.
that. By the way, the bowman who shot him, his name is Lurtz. Lurtz with a Z.
Okay. Why is it that every character has their come to Jesus moment as they're dying?
That is how fantasy works.
Okay.
It's called the hero's journey.
But man, I was kind of shocked that I can't think of Ned Stark's character again. Boromir?
Boromir.
Because I haven't read the books. It's the first time seeing the movie. I was kind of surprised they killed off Gandalf and now they're killing off another character. You know, I was shocked that they're just be like, all right, well, we're gonna kill everybody.
First movie in, 2 of the Fellowship are dead.
Yeah. And boy, he had a beast mode. He got shot with an arrow. He took out 3. She got shot with another. It took out 5. And then got shot with the last one and was like, I can take 1 or 2 more. And then he drops to his knees.
All to protect Merry and Pippin.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Who were doing their own work too.
Yes, but Merry and Pippin also helped because they led the orcs away from Frodo.
That should be noted. There comes that Hobbit racial trait of being able to crouch down and pick up a rock no matter where you are.
Yes, they were doing some work.
No shit, they were.
Will, what are
And
your
those were-
thoughts on the fight with the orcs?
Hobbits can fight.
That's it?
Yes.
Nothing like, Aragorn fighting alone against a swarm?
Aragorn can do no wrong.
You concern me on so many
I
levels.
do. I concern everybody.
Rob, what were you going to add?
The bowman himself was not an orc. He was an Uruk-hai, and I think most of them were Uruk-hai.
Got me. You're the Lord of the Rings expert here. What were your thoughts about Boromir's funeral?
Looked like a Viking funeral without the fire.
It was a Viking funeral.
Oh, well,
They sent that bitch off a cliff.
Mm-hmm.
that's how I plan on going.
No, we're shooting you into the sun.
But I might blow up the sun.
It opened up my eyes and saw the sun.
Well, what did you think about Boromir's funeral?
Here comes the sun.
Boromir, you were a dick. But you were a lovable dick. Rest in peace, you salty son
Okay.
of a bitch.
Okay, we've labeled many people tonight. Is Boromir Paul too?
Yes.
I'm gonna start a tally next.
Paul's a dick!
I'm
And now I
gonna
just
start
got-
a tally next show of how many times Will says dick in an episode.
And now I just have that image in my head of the forming of the Fellowship, and my axe, and my bow, my sword, and my dick.
Nope, it's canon now. Canon.
I fucking can't.
It's canon.
Fucking can't with you people.
Moving along.
I just lost the last brain cell.
So this is a It's a two-part question because it's split ways.
Well, at least we only have 2 parts
So-
in this one.
This is thoughts about the Fellowship splitting up and the setup for Two Towers. So we're gonna first talk about Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas hunting the orcs.
Be very, very quiet. We are hunting orcs.
Orc season, goblin season, orc season, goblin season,
Goblin season.
Orc
orc
season fire.
Okay.
Uh,
I don't know how this is setting up the Two Towers because I've never seen the Two Towers, but you know, Aragorn, Gimli, and Legolas are together while Sam and Frodo are miles ahead.
well, you don't have to see Two Towers to know it's setting up Two Towers.
Bless you, cunt.
You kind of figure that Two Towers is going to start with us hunting some orcs.
That should be fun.
Yes. And then on the
Oh my god,
other
this is
side of the
almost a
shore-
5-hour movie.
yes, it is. And then the other side of the shore,
The
we have
fuck?
Sam and Frodo on their way to Mordor. And I put my favorite quote in here. I hope the others find a safer road. Well, series of quotes because it's Frodo and Sam talking back and forth. Strider will look after them. I don't suppose we'll ever see them again. We may, Mr. Frodo. We may. Sam, I'm glad you're with me.
They're best friends. What do you expect?
Frodo was all set to go off all by his little lonesome. And Sam was like, nah, fam. I made a promise. I'm upholding my promise. You stuck with me.
I 100% doubt Sam was ever gonna let Frodo go by himself.
Oh, he absolutely wasn't.
Big game.
Don't you
He
lose him,
absolutely wasn't.
Samwise. And I don't mean to.
Right
I
in the
love the
chest.
Okay. So that is the end of all of my questions. Does anybody have anything to add on any question that we've asked so far?
No, but we have 4 more.
We do. Starting with AJ. Favorite
Why?
scene.
Favorite
Oh.
scene.
Honestly, I'm gonna go with the scene with Galadriel as Frodo is wanting to relinquish the ring. It shows the power of the ring, and she's like, "It's mine. I'd be powerful as hell." And she's like, "No, I don't want it anymore. I have my own ring."
That would be Nenya.
None your business.
No, Nenya.
Oh, okay. Rob, what was your favorite scene?
The forming of the Fellowship.
Will.
At the,
Oh.
and the Council of Elrond as the whole.
Okay. Will,
I'm
favorite
on
scene.
the Elrond council because like I love them fighting like little bitches, and I'm like, oh, y'all little babies.
Susie, what was your favorite scene?
I'd have to go with the Council of Elrond. If only for the line of I'll take the ring, though I don't know the way. Little people are so small. I love the
Oh
hobbits.
shit!
They're
It's in
I
the
didn't mean the
name.
word- I'm tired. Okay, I didn't mean the word small. I meant like they're so strong. Like they're full of willpower. They're amazing. I love them.
Will, they're part of you.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Will,
What?
favorite character?
Oh, Aragorn can do no wrong.
Rob.
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh, with the amount of times we've talked about dicks tonight, about time we hit a hard one.
I'm gonna go with Frodo.
You're gonna go with Frodo?
I'm gonna go with Frodo.
Okay.
And
AJ.
he's been through a lot, and he's gonna be going through a lot.
Sam. Sam is my favorite character.
I thought he was gonna pick Bilbo.
No. Why would I pick Bilbo?
He's in all 5 minutes of the movie. Sorry, extended edition. 5 hours.
And well, I mean, Bilbo was his homeboy all through The Hobbit, so I figured we can pick Bilbo again.
But Bilbo was in the entirety of The Hobbit. But no, I'm gonna pick Sam because I feel like I represent Sam in a lot of my relationships.
I can see it.
God, that's not inaccurate.
Even though I think I'm the head honcho, I'm not the head honcho.
No, but you are the perfect Samwise.
I feel like I just dissed myself in like the most nonchalant way.
No, that is the biggest compliment that anybody could ever give you, and you will understand by the third movie.
You are the Samwise. You are the
That is-
Gambit.
That is
You
the
are the
biggest
Gambit.
compliment. And no one can convince you otherwise. That is the biggest compliment anybody could pay you, is to call you Samwise.
Right. I guess I will have to wait and see.
Yes.
Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
And Susie, what did you say your character was?
Gimli.
Give
I know,
me.
I'm trying to figure out what he's playing too.
Susie, move your head.
We're trying to figure out what you're playing.
Oh.
Is that Pornhub?
Playing.
Game?
Oh, that's all he's gonna tell me.
Oh no, we
Dicey
just lost the
Dungeons?
game.
No, you can't really see it.
No.
Sorry. His head is in the way.
You're not playing Dicey Dungeons?
No.
No. So
Favorite
starting
fight.
with Rob this time. Favorite fight.
Oh. I'm gonna go with the running battle all the way to the end of the Balrog fight
Ooh.
because I love you cannot pass, you shall not pass.
Sounds like my ex-girlfriend.
I love Ian McKellen as Gandalf. Because, I mean, I grew up with him as Magneto. And you see him play this amazing character, and you're like, oh, this is awesome. So for me, my favorite favorite fight would have to be the last orc fight that they have in this movie, where you see Aragorn just walk like all macho and like, I've got this, to take on the orcs. I don't remember, is this one where Legolas stands on Gimli's head? One of them, he stands on somebody's head. Will, what's your favorite fight?
The end one when Joke and them are getting kidnapped and everything. I like that one.
The fight at with the Isengard orcs.
Yeah.
AJ, what's your favorite fight?
Probably the one in the caves with it ending in Gandalf's Tower of Terrorfall.
Oh, the one in Moria.
Yeah.
Okay. Going against the goblins.
Because when they're fighting that gigantic orc or whatever, you see how you would expect a D&D or a campaign like that to go. They attack, run backwards a little bit, attack again, run backwards a little bit. It looks like a legit like Warcraft or D&D kind of campaign attack.
Rob, did you just make a goofy noise?
Yeah.
Did you make the goofy noise in connection with Gandalf falling facing the Balrog?
Yeah.
I'm proud and disappointed in you all the same instance. Because now that's all I can see. That is literally all I can see now.
Splat.
Hate you so much just for that.
I also have the Dr. Cox's no.
I feel like you could play. I feel like you could play Gandalf falling to one of AJ's favorite sounds, which is nerd. Nerd.
I have
in
issues.
I put this question in primarily for you.
Okay.
Because I know me, Rob, and Will have all seen the Lord of the Rings trilogy. So I kind of put this one in for you. Was there someone you were hoping to see in this movie that you didn't see?
Not necessarily to see, but they didn't really mention like Thorin or really any of, because Legolas kind of fought with some of them, and you would kind of expect maybe Bilbo to mention any of them within the 5 or 10 minutes he was in. I don't know, just the Hobbit portions of what happened before all this.
I was kind of expecting you to say Radagast.
Oh yeah. Yeah, where the fuck is he? Where's all those jackrabbit things?
I could explain.
About rabbits. I like to see them try.
You mean that creepy? No.
No, I could explain this. This is something that is explained, I think, at this part of the book that they don't explain in the movies ever.
No, they really don't.
So do you want me to explain it now or after Two Towers?
After Two Towers.
All right.
After Two Towers. Give him something to look forward to.
Yay.
AJ, would you like to do the sound off?
Sure. Rob, where can people find you?
Space Battles, I write fanfiction as Retro Warrior.
Will, where can people find you?
Dying.
In your game or in general?
Everywhere.
I'm not cleaning that up.
Susie, where can people find you?
Working on our YouTube videos.
Yay! Yay!
Hi, people who can finally see my face.
I apologize for people that can see mine.
I don't apologize for
the people who will see my debauchery.
Also, the people who suffer from epilepsy. I have a rocking chair and a virtual background.
and he likes to rock. So,
Rock
and Rob.
Now, AJ, where can people find you?
Well, before we send it off to Rob Paulson, new places have been added to all that. You can find me Extreme Sim TV broadcasting iRacing races and buy some Moss shit. It's really good. But other than
that sounds gross.
Will liked it. Will said it was pretty good.
Yeah, flavor is pretty goddamn good.
I want to be clear. You said Moss shit.
Well, yeah, they have some awesome ass shit.
Oh, awesome. Not moss shit.
Ooh, I hit my head too hard. Ow. Ow. Oh, my bald spot.
On that note, you should send it over to Rob Paulson.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
Hey, you guys, this is 625 here from Lilo and Stitch. Some people think of me as AJ Coppola. I don't care. Just follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, Twitch at NDTA Jalistar15, and Xbox and PSN at AJ All-Star 15. I should have said AJ All-Star, but I'm a sandwich maker. What the hell do I know? Do yourself a favor. Go get yourself a hot fudge marshmallow tuna fish and ham sandwich. All right? Take care of yourself. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you, Rob Paulson, for once again doing my outro. It's amazing we can get him every week to do. Hi, Carly.
Yeah.
Camera's on so he can see you. She just backs away slowly.
But we're doing the Two Towers next week. Hopefully you guys comment what your favorite thoughts were with the Fellowship of the Ring. Do that on our social media pages. Why is everybody doing the hook and ladder?
It has a name?
Yeah.
I wasn't doing a hook and ladder. What the fuck are you talking about?
Everyone else was.
Susie and Bobbert was.
Well, they can.
No, it's Robert.
They can suck my left nut.
Why is it always lefty? I don't want the answer to that. Never mind. Just
Don't ask questions what you don't want to know the answer
bye,
to.
everybody. Have
The
a
left
nice
one was the more
week.
sensitive one.